What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a monthly manifestation for the sign of Virgo. Okay, Virgo, you guys are third on the zodiac lineup for group 2. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. So you guys are going to get a double month in this reading, only because I'm like behind schedule um, due to energy and, being busy with a lot of stuff. So May and June will be talked about in this reading. Okay. I'll be pulling two two sets of cards, 6 cards total, 3 for May and 3 for June. Okay, um, to just kind of catch you guys up a bit, the month of May, the new moon was on the 7th, and the first quarter moon was on the 15th, and the 23rd was the full moon in May. In June, the new moon was on the 6th, first quarter moon was on the 14th, and the 21st was the full moon. Okay. In the month of May, there could have been some reoccurring changes that carried over from April. They should have been completed in May. Okay. But you guys may have had some residual kind of rollover into June as well. Um, the full moon matched in May with April. Okay, so there could have been some, reoccurring from April coming into your May as well. Okay, 3 months worth of consecutive rollover. Okay, and changes. Okay, kind of off and on kind of vibe. Okay, so also the first quarter moon was matching as well between April and May. Having the inner strength to make changes as needed is what probably transpired for you during the week of the 15th. As far as, personal changes, possibly, or professional. Um, a little bit of professional energy has been kind of bouncing around a bit among the collective. Don't worry about playing catch up or falling behind as long as it gets done. Okay, so in June, take the time to assess your progress. That would be on the 6th. With the new moon energy, which normally I know is kind of weird because new moon is about creating new beginnings, and the first quarter moon is about progress. But the month of June is the 6th month of the year, so you're taking the time to really assess progress that you've made possibly since the beginning of the year. Okay, so a burnout requires the need to recenter yourself. If you are a spiritualist or metaphysicalist, charge or change out your crystals, particularly on the full moon. Primarily, of course, this is after the 21st, so hopefully you've already done that kind of energetically, or you'll be doing it in the month of July or going forward. I suggest the full moon in the sense of a completion of a phase. If you have a crystal that was only supposed to aid you in a particular thing, is you feel that energy isn't really there anymore, take that out of your collection and recharge it and put it away until you need it again. Okay, because sometimes that energy can get calcified on the crystal, and so it needs to be recharged. Okay, but the month, like I said, the month of June being the 6th month of the year, a lot of reevaluation going on here. Okay, so today is of course the last day of June, the 30th, meaning you're still possibly recentering yourself based off of the energy from the 21st. Okay, so hopefully taking some time to kind of assess and regroup yourself and recharge, okay, is really necessary. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into your reading, Virgos. Okay, these readings are for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, if it doesn't resonate for you now, it may later, or it could be someone from another sign peering in on your energy because your sign is in their birth chart in a particular placement. Okay, so just an FYI. All right. So for the month of June, let's get the energy for Virgos in the month of June, Spirit. Last shuffle. And we're going to cut. Okay. One from the top is for new moon energy. One from the bottom is for first quarter moon energy. And one energetically from the middle for full moon energy. Okay. Now, I'm going to reshuffle again. And now, universe, we need June energy for Virgo. June energy for Virgo. Like I said, for the month of June, that new moon being on the 6th in the 6th month of the year definitely probably had you, kind of in your thoughts a lot, okay? And reevaluating things from a different perspective, okay? Especially, again, if it was work related or just for some of you more personal, okay? Personal goals or achievements, definitely reevaluating things as needed, okay, in the month of June. Come July, you may need still that inner strength to keep up with whatever those personal goals are, all right? One from the top for new moon energy, one from the bottom for first quarter moon energy, and one energetically from the middle I kind of shifted a bit to a different card for the full moon placement. Okay, so that is all the energy between the months. I will do a clarifying in a moment with the Rider's Waite. So let's see what's going on for your energy to start in May for the new moon energy. Conclusions are within reach, okay? Conclusions are within reach, okay? So weird for it to be in the new moon energy, I'm sure, okay? Which is actually a full moon energy, no sign specific, okay? So potentially in May, either on the May full moon on the 23rd or possibly in April, okay? Feeling like you guys kind of backtracked a little, okay? In the sense of maybe a particular situation caused you to finally come to a conclusion about something, okay? Maybe a conclusion about the need to make some changes to start anew, okay? So that is possibly what's been going on with you guys from maybe April to May, okay? For those of you who haven't, specifically began trying to manifest or obtain something in particular. For the rest of you, again, like I said, from the beginning of the year to now, you're probably doing a progress report on yourself in June, okay? Now, first quarter moon energy, was any progress made for you, Virgo? And it says nothing will come of this situation, okay? Nothing will come of this situation, meaning no progress, okay? Like I said, some of you may have just gotten started or are not accepting that something does need to change, okay? Now, it could have to do with a vice, which can sometimes be hard depending on what the vice is, okay? What is a vice? It's a bad habit, whatever you have. It could be smoking, it could be drinking, it could be gambling, whatever the case may be. Okay, and sometimes it's hard to knock a bad habit. Okay, but I've said it on the channel before. It takes 21 days to start a habit, and it takes 21 days to break one. Okay, and especially if you look at what the bigger picture is in the sense of what you gain from getting rid of it. If you quit smoking or drinking, or just let's say change your diet up, you gain weight loss, which is a good thing. You gain your health back. All right. If you take on a new diet that's supposed to aim towards lowering your cholesterol, things of that nature, just taking better care of yourself is in general giving you longevity in life. Why wouldn't you want to do that? All right. So, nothing coming of this situation is because you may start and then start and then stop. Okay. If it is a vice such as smoking and you have other people around you that actually have that same vice, maybe you learn to step away from those people in the sense of to keep you from getting that particular urge. Okay. If you remove yourself from easy access to that particular vice, it becomes easier to come off of it. All right. Now, let's get into the full moon energy of if the goal is being achieved or completed. Believe in the impossible, okay? Believe in the impossible. Another sign got this card in the same placement in the month of May as you, okay? I believe it might have been Taurus or Aries, okay? I think it was Aries, okay? So you could have Aries in your chart or maybe have an Aries around you, okay? But believe in the impossible. Believe that you can achieve whatever it is that you are trying to obtain. Again, I told you guys from the start of these readings for the monthly manifestations that you guys, your goal or intention to manifest would probably surround personal goals. Okay, that means mentally and emotionally. Okay, and so you have to be able to believe in yourself to be able to push forward to obtain that happiness or whatever that goal is you're trying to achieve. Okay, Virgos, I know it's very cryptic. I don't try to get too specific unless the universe kind of guides me to it. Okay, and it also depends on what we see when we clarify. All right, but this is moon energy. It's supposed to be hidden, all right, to give you guys the ability to obtain what it is that you are looking to without someone really kind of snooping around on you. Okay, as far as people who like to cross watch, except if you're doing it for the knowledge or to gain some kind of guidance for a birth chart placement. Okay, so with that being said, let's get into June new moon, which was on the 6th. Same thing for June. If you did set any kind of goals or intentions, what was your mindset towards it? You are good enough. Virgo energy, your own energy here, okay? In full moon. Now, if you like, you can look up full moon energy in Virgo to see when it happens and what is tied to that energy on, at your leisure. This card has been literally jumping from one sign to the next, okay? And it has jumped from, it's been in this same spot plus in the month of May, okay? And so obviously you are tied to another sign that has been struggling with that that affirmation, okay? Again, I would suggest, and I've suggested to the other signs, I'm not going to mention them right now, but I've suggested try going on my channel. I have my favorite meditations on my playlist. You can find some that are guided meditations that have positive affirmations that could be very helpful to you if you're dealing with some insecurities revolving around something in particular that's been kind of lingering, okay, since the month of May, with conclusions are in reach in regards to, again, a personal matter of whether or not you're good enough as you are as a person. And yes, people should be able to accept each other for who they are. However, do you accept you for who you are? Okay. If you accept you, then everyone else will too. Okay. But the more you're insecure about yourself or about certain things about yourself based off of other people's opinions, you start to barrel roll a little bit. Okay, Virgos? So it's time to kind of center yourself in, know that you are good enough, understand that you don't have to be everyone's cup of tea, but you do have to be that cup for you. Okay? Now, let's get into the first quarter moon energy. It was on the 14th of June in regards to if any progress had been made during that month. Okay? Confidence is your key to success, Leo energy. Okay? Like I just said, you have to pour into you. Okay? Know who you are as a person. All right? And maybe that is tied to, as it is about to be diagonal from that, conclusions are within reach. Okay? I feel as though you take the time to know who you are as a person and who you're meant to be around and who you're not meant to be around. Okay. This card literally just came up for Capricorn, but it was in their May new moon placement. Okay. So you guys are kind of, piggybacking off of each other a little bit. All right. Now, if you have Capricorn in your chart, you may want to go and kind of skip until you see the new moon for this card that came up with confidence is your key to success. Okay. So that way you can kind of get that message from your earth sign. Okay. Now, let's get into the full moon energy here to see if the goal or intention was achieved or completed by June 21st. Okay. Have faith in your dreams. Okay. Have faith in your dreams. I think this also popped up in Aries as well. Okay. Again, any sign that I mention is just an honorable mention. Okay. You don't have to know someone who's in that sign. You don't have to have it in your birth chart. It's just an honorable mention, whatever resonates for you. Okay. If you're not familiar with your birth chart, by all means, go check out the community post where I do have two websites that you can get a birth chart from. Free 99. It doesn't cost you anything except for a couple of emails. Okay. Other than that, really insightful as far as numbers.com. Yasmin Boland's is very helpful as far as in comparison to make sure that it is a legit birth chart in the sense of the birth chart placements. Hers only shows the signs in the birth chart placements, but does not give a description, while numbers.com does give a description of each placement and what the traits are. And they go a little bit past what she does as far as, I think, up until the 11th or 12th house they read up to. Hers is, I think, up to about 9 or 10. Okay, so feel free to check that out. But have faith in your dreams, plus believe in the impossible. This is the universe telling you to double down on believing in yourself. Okay, if you struggle with that, Virgos, I would highly suggest going to my Etsy shop. I have meditation oils there if you are a spiritualist or deal in just liking self-care, aromatherapy. Believe is one of the meditation oils that I have, along with spiritual growth if you find yourself waning a little bit in that. I want to suggest another one, but right now those are the only two that I'm going to suggest for you guys. Um, Lavender Light Night, just in the sense of recentering yourself. Lavender definitely helps as a mood stabilizer, not just for sleep, as chamomile does too. I would definitely also suggest the Sacred Garden loose leaf tea that I just recently added to the shop not too long ago, which is a really beautiful blend. It's a black tea blend, but beautiful scents that can also help in just clearing your mind and getting some much needed sleep, and just helping you stabilize your mood, as it could be off and on with a lot of things that you're dealing with personally. Okay, but it's time to have faith in your dreams about what it is that you want to accomplish for yourself on a personal level, and for some of you, a professional level. Now, let's get into the clarifying energy between these months. I'm going to pull 3 cards that is going to kind of interchange the energy between these months of May and June. Now, to start, we have good old 5 of Cups that's been just trailing along in everyone's readings, but has yet to land on the spread, okay? And then we have the Sun, okay? And so there has been some disappointments for you, Virgos, of course, 5, okay? Lots of changing going on, okay? Disappointment in the sense of seeing these 3 cups being down, but 2 behind are still standing up. And getting that awakening in a way, or enlightenment, that disappointment doesn't last forever, okay? You pick yourself up and you move forward, okay? Certain things happen for a reason, just the same as I just said in Capricorn's reading, okay? Now, that's 1 shuffle. We do 3 shuffles here, splitting between each one. Now, still 5 of Cups here, but now 3, okay? 5 of Cups with 3, 8 walking away from something, as this nothing will come of the situation. You already know it. You're not going to fight over it, okay? However, if I take these 3 of Cups and pair them with this 2 that are standing, and take out these 3 cups that are landing, that still ends up in 5 of Cups, okay? And so maybe it's dealing with connections that you've had over the course of the years, or within the last few days or so. But obviously, maybe disappointment in people. Again, Virgo, I say it all the time to myself. No one can think like me or has the same thoughts as me. No one has the same morals and values as me. And that's okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody's entitled to think the way that they think. Okay, but we cannot have control over people. We can only have control over ourselves. Okay, and to allow people to disappoint you means that you had too high of expectations on people. Okay, now within saying that and calculating 2 5 of Cups here, that equals to 10. Okay, that's where the high expectation is coming from. Okay, that's where I'm leaning towards that, because 10 of Cups is what? Wish fulfillment, okay? And so you had high expectations for some people, and they have disappointed you. But you should have just accepted those people for who they are and where they were at the time that you had them, okay? Just the same as they did for you, okay? Now, for some of you, there are some people who are, of course, celebrating in a way their own achievements, their own goals, and maybe you feel disappointment because you're not included, okay? You have to be okay with that, okay? Now, I don't know why you need to be okay with it. The universe is saying that you need to, and I am suggesting that you do too, okay? In the sense of, maybe you couldn't for some reason. There's always a reason for everything, okay? But we'll get deeper into it if we need to. based off of what comes out for you. Now, again, disappointment still here with a 8 of Wands, okay? Action coming towards you, okay? Because, of course, these wands are aiming towards this 5 of Cups energy, okay? So fast movement, all right? Now, you may speak on the disappointment that you had, and some people may rush to your aid, okay? In the sense of, hopefully in a positive sense. I don't get reversals in my readings. I don't like to see them because I'm an intuitive reader. Depending on the combinations, I'll feel it anyway, okay? But you may get some action towards you based off of, some people maybe have their own enlightenment of maybe they should have been there for you for something, and you just wait for that action to happen, okay? Don't try to force it. Don't be bitter, okay? Don't be facetious or spiteful, okay? Just let things flow naturally as they should, okay? And believe in yourself and changes to come, all right? Let's get into pulling for this energy of 1 from the top for new moon energy, 1 from the bottom, which is for first quarter moon energy, and then 1 energetically from the middle, and I was going to aim for another one, but Spirit shifted me back to that one, okay? We'll look at the bottom of the deck momentarily to see what the overall outcome is of this energy, okay? So to start, conclusions are within reach. You are good enough is being clarified by the Knight of Wands, okay? So we just saw the 8 of Wands. Here we are with the Knight, okay? So someone charging in very passionately, okay? It's not a King of Wands, okay? But trying to give some form of directive in a way, okay? As far as stating maybe the obvious, or stating their involvement or the lack thereof of their involvement to you, okay? As far as conclusions are within reach, and maybe you took something the wrong way, possibly, as far as their lack thereof response that you wanted, okay? You can't always get everything that you want, Virgos, but sometimes you get what you need. And sometimes, you guys need tough love in a way, every now and again, all right? And sometimes it's provoked or pushed, and so be careful on what you speak on, okay? Or speak to someone as far as assumptions are concerned, okay? So this person rushing in, as I just laid this card down, it's kind of moving this way, okay? It's moving to the left, all right? And so probably aiding more so in that feminine energy, okay? Maybe they had their own enlightenment to maybe correct themselves, okay, when it comes to you. But how long is that person going to be able to deal with that when it comes to you, okay? Now, I'm saying that for a reason. Don't come for me at the comments, because I didn't send for you, okay? I'm just the messenger, all right? Now, let's get into the first quarter moon energy of nothing will come of this situation. To confidence is your key to success. Is being clarified by a 10, but a 10 of Pentacles, okay? 10 of Pentacles, which means some form or need of stability within a family dynamic, okay? What it is that you want, confidence is key. I'm talking to those of you professionally, okay? Maybe you have some desire to have a family business, or inheritance, leaving something behind, But there's something that's kind of like declined, okay? Maybe there was an opportunity for something, or you've been kind of researching in a way, and maybe you're kind of reevaluating as far as who you plan on leaving something to. Um, and so either you change your mind about it, or you change who is going to be entitled to it. Okay, and there's a reason for it. All right, keep that reason to yourself. Okay, but for others of you, in regards to professionally, you will have that for your family. Okay, your confidence is key, especially if you are currently working on some form of promotion or some kind of increase within your job, or something else that's more lucrative, okay, outside of the job. Now, let's get into this full moon energy. All right, believe in the impossible, have faith in your dreams, is being clarified by another knight, a knight of pentacles nonetheless, okay, which is facing away, probably by the time I put this down, it's facing away from the 10 of pentacles, okay. And so believe in the impossible, have faith in your dreams. You may take an idea or your money elsewhere, okay. Something very simple, very minute. I'm feeling a very small energy again. Like I said, making a informed decision, maybe somewhere is cheaper, okay, as far as like life insurance. Again, some kind of IRA, some sort of trust or whatever, requires less money, which has, I don't know whether or not it'll have more longevity for you. Depends on what it is that you're really looking for. I'm not a professional as far as life insurance or anything like that. So, don't message me asking me. And I'm only 41. So, nonetheless, just do your research, okay? But it just all depends. But I do feel like an energy of you possibly taking somewhere else. You may be in the age range that I'm in, or maybe a little bit younger, and are concerned about that. Maybe you started a family young, and so you're starting to be concerned about stuff like that and wanting to plan ahead, which is very smart. So let's see what's at the bottom of the deck for you guys as far as the overall outcome of this energy. And it's a 9 of cups. Okay, great energy. Okay, 9 of cups. No cups energy came out on your spread, but we did have a lot during the splits as far as shuffling. Okay, and so we had that 5 of cups that just kept on, and we had a 3 of cups, and like I mentioned, a 10, but here we are with a 9. And so 9 means being secure within yourself of who you are. And like I said, obviously that was going to come out because of this Leo energy being here, okay? And not staying in that, insecurity for too long, because you're very secure in who you are. Anyone else who doesn't like where you are right now, that's on them, okay? And you understand that, okay? Sometimes, peace is more important than chaos and sanity and things of that nature. Okay. So as far as any losses that you may have taken, again, having too high expectation for people and needing to just be secure within yourself. All right. Is where you are right now. All right. Or potentially, for a few of you, it may be somewhere in the next 3 or 4 months, okay? For some, not all, okay? So let's now ask the question of what is the message of support to achieve or manifest your goals, Virgo. I wanted to say Scorpio for some reason. I don't know. You could have Scorpio energy somewhere in your chart. or dealing with one, but I think it's more strongly in your chart. All right. So if anything jumps out, we'll take it. Other than that, we will then cut the deck and pull from the bottom to get your messages. Potentially 3. Nothing jumped out, so we're going to cut. And the first message is Philosopher's Stone. Okay, Philosopher's Stone. Haven't seen Philosopher's Stone. I haven't seen that in a while. Powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. Powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. Love seeing this right up underneath this 9 of Cups. Okay, Scorpio did get this card before as well. Okay, so now that Scorpio's monthly manifestation is out, you can probably go and check that out. Maybe not the one for May and June energy, but prior. Okay, to get to the Philosopher's Stone for them. Okay, next is protection. Okay, protection. Protection says strong protective magic for the family and the home. Okay, now what were we just talking about? Life insurance. Okay, inheritance, some kind of stability, wealth, generational wealth, if you will. Okay, obviously that is on your mind right now, Virgo, and so that is what you are working towards with this 10 of Pentacles coming out. Kind of clarifies this protection or confirms that protection is needed. Okay, lastly, good old Earth. Okay, it has been coming out. All right, I want to say it came out in Capricorn's reading, or maybe Water did, but I love when certain elements come out during a sign's reading, okay, because it just confirms that you guys need to ground yourself in your element. Okay, ask the element of Earth for grounding, stability, and strength in times of chaos. Ask the element of Earth for grounding, stability, and strength in times of chaos. Okay, and so I feel as though it's an energy of maybe seeing or hearing something else happen, maybe with a friend, in the sense of life insurance, or having something readily available for the family in the case of an emergency, or in your passing, that kind of ignites a flame within you to actually, cover your people. Okay, and so if that's what it takes, that's what it takes. Okay, we all know that tomorrow is never promised, and this is a conversation that I'm sure you'll probably have with your loved ones, and so it's always good to have something available for them, so that way they don't have to struggle as far as taking care of you when, either taking care of you when you're unable to take care of yourself, or if you are gone. Okay, leaving them some form of wealth. Okay, is always a lasting memory for them, to know that you truly, did care for them. Not that it should be based upon money, but just saying that if you always had that kind of personality of being that strength for a family, okay, for your family, whether you are a father or a mother or a grandfather or a grandmother, that you just want to make sure that your family is secure regardless. Okay, it's the last thing or the least you could do before leaving them. Okay, so let's get into what the energy of the present self is, okay, for Virgo. All right, what is the energy of the present self for Virgo. 3 shuffles here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Truly appreciate everyone's patronage. If you've already been rocking with me since I got on the channel, I've been here for 3 years now. Okay. I started on Instagram and then moved away from Instagram, mostly because of the energy was like really crazy. And so I came over to YouTube to do my readings here. So technically I've been doing tarot for 4 years. Okay. Wanted to do it at the age of 22. If some of you haven't heard that from me since I've been on the channel, and life happened and now here I am doing it. And it truly is amazing to be even doing it here. Okay, so hopefully you guys get lessons from it or a good message. All right, that's my goal when I do these readings. So you guys have darkness moon. Okay, darkness moon, number 7. Okay, 7 gives me the feeling of inner strength that's needed, as I stated in the beginning, as far as making changes. Okay, moon energy is usually the sign of Pisces. Okay, and so you could have Pisces in your chart or dealing with a Pisces. Okay, so something could be, you know, fairly hidden. Okay, this woman is standing with her arms crossed, the moon up underneath her hair. Okay, but it is still glowing and luminescent. Okay, so definitely maybe hiding some of your thoughts. Okay, one thing I will say is kind of hard to talk with family, especially loved ones, when it comes to talking about, you know, final days and making decisions, because we think we'll live forever or our family will live forever, but we have to kind of come back into reality and have those conversations. If there is something that you could be hiding from your family, as far as talks about it, or just wanting to hide that you're planning something for them, I suggest it. Okay, there's nothing that they really need to know. Okay, unless there's someone in particular that you want to be your executor. Okay, now, and even that you might want to keep very, you know, well hidden with that person, because that can get kind of sloppy in families at times, jealousy and things like that. So make sure you pick the right person if you do that. Okay, so this is air energy. There are cycles to everything and a season for everything. Do not push yourself when the tides are against you. Do not be afraid of the darkness, as the darkness is as necessary as the light. Rest and repair. The divine feminine in all her forms is rising. The time for introversion, stability, and planning is here. Okay, so you may be getting into the grind in the sense of removing yourself in a way to start planning things. Okay, Lysa, which is ancient Norse for illuminate in darkness. Okay, to illuminate in darkness. Moon energy is flowful and changeable, just as the moon's gravitational pull influences the great ocean tides. It is also stabilizing. After the Big Bang and the formation of planets such as the Earth, our planet had no moon. It spun wildly, which meant very short days and nights, and it was quite unstable, resulting in extremes of temperature. It is believed that a Mars-sized planet collided with the Earth, the impact of which sent chunks of the planet off into orbit and gradually formed our moon. Okay? Now, these facts illustrate how we can be personally affected by the moon and seasons. By following the moon cycles and working with them, we can discover a new layer of stability within body, mind, and spirit. Okay? So, take into that that's why I do these readings as far as the moon cycles are concerned, in regards to motivating you to kind of get organized and be able to manifest and achieve your goals. Okay. um, Old wives' tale about full moons, in the sense of don't go out on a full moon because, as the song goes, freaks come out at night. um, but there's a lot of things that do really coincide with moon energy. Okay. And so really take the time, if you're into it, read about it, read up on it, so that way you can kind of be even more, knowledgeable of it and how to utilize it in the sense of obtaining your goals and achieving them in a positive way. Okay. Now, we're going to step into your higher self and find out what is the potential energy for the higher self of Virgo. What is the potential energy for the higher self of Virgo? Last shuffle here before we cut the deck and refer to the bottom of the deck for your higher self. Okay, so Virgo, your higher self right now is sitting in the law of relativity. Okay, the law of relativity. It says you are divinely perfect. Live your truth. Just confirming this 9 of Cups for you. Okay, you are divinely perfect. Divinely. Okay, meaning you were born in alignment with the divine for who you are today. Okay, live your truth. Okay, so let's see what messages we have in the book to close out your reading. Okay, page 11. I literally skipped over it. I was like, where is it? It's like 11, go figure. It's on page 11, meaning enlightenment on what's going on around you and who you are as a person. Okay, you are divinely perfect. Live your truth. Any situation where you are experiencing suffering is a blessing in disguise. It is your soul's way of communicating that you are not living in the absolute truth of who you are. Also, it is a divine experience for you to realize what works for you, what does not work for you, and to live in alignment with your relative truth. This test is the great design of the personal factor of life. It is time for you to follow your heart and arrange life in a way that informs universal law into motion. It is time for you to wake up and claim a life of presence, passion, and purpose. Emancipation from suffering is your birthright, okay? Emancipation from suffering is your birthright. Where in life are you experiencing imposter syndrome? Meaning, are you giving a false representation of who you are to appease other people? Okay? Do you alter who you are to fit into the world? Decide to be 100% authentically yourself. Live your truth. Okay? One thing I will tell you guys is that even in my own dealing with spirituality, I know and felt honestly that this was my calling to do. Okay. And in doing so, it meant having to remove myself from those who I may felt did not understand it, did not agree with it, did not like it. Again, judgmental, to be my authentic self. I am a Taurus. I am somewhat introverted, but I can easily get along with other people, and exert a little bit of extrovertedness. But I am who I am. I speak my mind on things. I have morals. I have goals. I have dreams. Um, and I don't. I'm a Taurus. I don't budge for no one. But I am there when called upon. Okay, and so be true to who you are. I say that to say, do not sugarcoat yourself, do not dilute who you are just for the likability of other people. Okay, be who you are. If no one can accept you for who you are right now in this lifetime, then you need to treat them from afar, compassionately, but with you on the pedestal. Okay, so be secure within yourself. Don't be, conceited or anything. Be humbly yourself. Okay. And work on that generational wealth. All right. So, with that being said, that is all that I have for you guys today, Virgos. You do have one preliminary reading coming up as far as the heart's desire. I haven't done your current one yet, but that is soon to come. But you can go and check out your other ones. All right. So until next time, peace.